Hi, and thanks for tuning in to our live radio show. Moments of Clarity with Tiffany will begin in just a few moments. Please stay tuned. Kindly take this opportunity to share this show on your platforms because change can only come when we stand together as one, especially when it comes to ending the stigma on mental health.
You are not alone, and help is out there.
Kids have mental health issues, and we also need to learn coping skills.
Let's get started and let the show begin. See you soon.
Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today I've got a very good friend of mine. Plus, sorry, she just sent me something that's a question for me, and we're gonna have fun today. I've had Dr. Catherine Jackson. She goes by Dr. J. On several times. Right when we first met, it was an instant friendship, and we have some inside jokes, and then like can. Hi, welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I'm Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today we will be discussing some major topics: brain, neuroplasticity, and how it affects not only adulting, teens, everything, self-esteem, and how we view ourselves, with an expert of the couch experience, and that's the book she authored, and award-winning and everything. Let me formally introduce her in a second, but I want to say hi to Ed Van Glass, Tan Talk Radio.
Happy Friday to everybody.
Happy Friday. It's like clockwork. How you doing?
Good. Ready for the nice, relaxing weekend. And remember our veterans. It's not
Well,
Veterans Day, but the people that served.
thanks for bringing that up. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I kind of mentioned that yesterday, and then there's it's Memorial Day weekend, and it's kind of a pet peeve from me because I've lost two Marines. One's a Marine, always a Marine, but to Agent Orange from fighting Vietnam war-related causes. And Memorial Day is to remember those that have fallen from war during battle or after from war-related events. So it's like saying Happy Yom Kippur to somebody that's Jewish, or Happy Good Friday to a Christian, or Happy Memorial Day is not happy. It's more like, yay, it's a 3-day weekend for those that work 9 to 5. I get that. But it's not a happy Memorial Day. It's remembering those that have fallen. Veterans Day is to remember those that have served our country and appreciate that.
Right.
So that's the big difference. But a lot of people don't understand that. Then you see the memes where there's somebody's crying over a gravesite saying, while you're out barbecuing and remembering eating hot dogs and hamburgers or whatever you do and on the beach, just remember what this day is really about. However, they have some really rocking I don't know why I said rocking, but sales out there. Memorial Day sale. So, buying a car or furniture, you're in. But thank you for bringing that up. And I will take the time to remember the fallen soldiers, the heroes in my family that died with 3 Purple Hearts and retired as captains. And, 3
Right.
Purple Hearts means you got injured in the
Yeah.
bullet price and went back out. My father couldn't even open his whole hand because of grenade shrapnel. Like PTSD,
Mhm.
a whole different topic. But thanks for remembering that, Ed, and for bringing that up.
Yep.
Not to
But,
put a down spin on this. So anyway,
well,
no, I mean,
it is what it is. I mean, it is Memorial Day weekend, and I just want to remind everybody, like you said, it's not just barbecues. It is people. In fact, some of the younger generation need to get a hold of this.
mhm.
They have to realize that yes, people did give their life so you could be what you are today and have the freedoms you have
Preserve
today.
to preserve the American way of life. Look at what's going
Yeah.
on across the world.
Now
The
look at
people are
Ukraine.
losing
You know
their
what I mean?
freedom, and we have lost a lot of good people, men and women,
Yeah.
to fight and make sure that we have our freedom. Because I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I saw this movie on Netflix last night. It kind of kept me up a little bit, and it's a real documentary. It's kind of like weird. It's called Our Father, and it's twisted. It's a live documentary about this doctor, and I forget what town it was, but they did ancestry DNA testing like years later, and found out like all these people that were infertile within a 25-mile radius. Right, they're counting like over 70 to 100 people that found out that he's the biological father. The doctor would
Wow.
go and do his thing in a cup and inseminate these women to get them pregnant, even when they had their husband's sperm. And all these people that are half siblings, they all look alike, everything, and they're like, "Gosh, I hope we didn't date one another." Oh my gosh, that's like. And they've, since the documentary, have found 44 other doctors that use their own sperm instead of the sperm that other people had chosen. And he was trying to like build this Aryan whatever nation, and there's like scripture and all that, like made you multiply, and like Abraham from the Bible, like be fruitful and multiply. I don't know. And there's no legal thing till they put them away because they asked for insemination, and back in the day they didn't have. I don't know. So
I'm trying to figure out how we got from Memorial Day to that.
You're talking to me. You don't know me by now? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Did
I'm
I miss-
tired because I was up
did I
late
miss the
watching
show?
it. It's on Netflix. It's like ranked number 4 right now. And yeah,
Okay. Take your word for it.
Memorial. That I don't know. Like yeah, we got from that to that, and we're about to talk about something completely different. So I mean, you have to know me by Ed now, Ed. It's like let's jump from that topic to, oh my gosh, I was tired because I was up watching this.
Well, see, to make it all stick together, no matter what you say, just say, okay, now segueing, because everybody knows what that means, then just go into it.
All right,
Doesn't
segue
matter.
in, and then how
Doesn't
about
matter.
let me
You
introduce
can be
my
talking
guest?
about apple pie, and then we're going to talk about kids. And
I'm gonna talk about whatever I want. This is my
Yeah.
hour.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna talk about
That's fun.
peas and carrots and how they relate.
Just trying to piece it all together.
Anyway, yeah, no, but Dr. J was like, how about we have some fun banter right before the show or to get started? And I said, am I allowed to bring this up? She's like, no. I'm not allowed to bring this up? No. So figured that would be fun. Not funny. I don't know. I was caught off guard. So I was silenced for a minute. And all the funny things in my head that I wanted to say, she cut me off and said, nope, but I don't know. It seems like I have the blurting thing going on today. So the filter's gone, Dr. J.
Don't keep the filter on what we talked about.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go try to piece all this together.
The song, I can't get it out.
It's gonna come together, Ed. It's gonna come together.
We always have a way of bringing things cohesively. We're therapists, and then we just reply it to you. So I just swing it back and banter with Ed if needed. Since I'm not allowed to make. I could even message Ed and have him play a song, even though I promise not to say it. There's ways around.
I don't know why I keep coming back for this.
You love me. Oh,
so I'm gonna appeal to Ed. Do not play that song. Do not play it.
He's wondering what song it is, and it's just
he doesn't want to know.
No clue.
He doesn't want to know.
You lost me at that documentary you saw on Netflix. Everything else is just a blur. I'll try to figure it out later.
You just look at the name and see if you can figure it out. Look at her name.
Mm-hmm.
See, not now or whatever, but see if you can figure out Dr. Katherine Jackson in there's a song that maybe her name's in now. Anyway,
I feel like this is hurting my brain in some kind of way.
Go ahead and get it rolling because we ate up almost your whole segment already. I know.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you go, Ed. Thank you. Call in 866-826-1340. 866-826-1340 if you have a question about nothing that applies to anything. We're on a roll with that. 866-826-1340. My guest today not only has a beautiful laugh and smile, is a licensed clinical psychologist and board-certified neurotherapist, and she's a sought-after international speaker and media expert who's been on Moments of Clarity several times, and I'm going to have to beg for her to come back again, I guess. She's been featured in Forbes magazine, Oprah magazine, Huffington Post, CNN, and many other media outlets. And she shares a wealth of knowledge and information on other topics related to mental wellness, the brain, and holistic health. And welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, Dr. Katherine Jackson.
Thank you for having me. I don't know why I keep coming back. I just get beat up in here.
Not. In fact, there's been rooms where you did your couch experience cards that come with your book, and we read them in a room that we were doing a fundraiser for, and I was very kind about it. And you're like, let's read something to you, Dr. J. And I was coming at from a professional expert, but you started getting targeted on like all the personal
right. Well, that was different. I guess this is fun beating up.
I never go that route. You're like, let's banter. It's fine. I tease, and I would never put you on the spot like that. But you took it pretty well. You're like, wow, these things are getting pretty personal, which I was like, yeah, she said she doesn't want to answer the question. Stop asking. I started getting mad. Remember? I was like, leave her alone. You remember that?
Yes.
Call in 866-826-1340. 866-826-1340. So for those that don't know you, the Moment of Clarity and how you became licensed psychologist and into the brain neurotherapist, as well as a award-winning author, and all of that. private practice, and you wear many hats.
You gotta diversify. Gotta diversify. We're not talking about diversifying today, though, but gotta diversify.
Well, we could talk about whatever we want, but we made that very clear with Ed. It's like you're jumping all over the place. I just speak what's on my mind. But how about you? Let's just fill us in a little bit
On just some of those different things.
and how you got to where I can say you found a moment of clarity.
Oh, so the moment of clarity with am I still the front runner with the veil? I don't know. Okay, the moment of clarity.
Yeah, I think you are. I don't think anybody's out challenged you. I think you've got the 9 rings or the 10. You don't have to outbeat yourself today.
I don't know. I might. I'm not trying, but
every time someone says moment of clarity or a good valley point, they get a belt. And Dr. J is pretty competitive, so she's like, "What's the top number?" I think
I'm nice and competitive.
If I have to ring it more than 9 or 10 times, I think it'd get annoying. And so that you're the top leader, and let's just go. Anyway,
my moment of clarity for becoming a psychologist was in high school. So like so many teenagers, I thought I could do a better job than the counselors at the school. And so I went into this field. Initially, I thought I would be a psychiatrist. So I thought I would prescribe medication, but learning more about that and so on and so forth, I decided I'd rather work on the other side of mental health with talk therapy. And so everything, once I knew that early on in high school, all of my behaviors, almost all of my decisions went into that direction. And then I had the moment of clarity with the book. And so the book was, I had so many people constantly direct messaging me. Mm-hmm. And sending me text messages and so on and so forth. And they would just keep doing it. And I said, I would give these lengthy responses, full responses. Now everything that they were asking me about, like, where to find a good therapist, different types of therapies, what the process would look like, all kinds of different things. People would ask me, I would give lengthy answers to. And everything now is in the book and beyond even those questions. So it's all in the book. And then the cards were created as a supplement to the book, so that
I love the cards.
Yeah, I use them all the time. I just sent the patient one to work on between now and the next session. And I mean, a lot of times I'm using other people's products, so it's nice to have my own product. But with the cards, sometimes people will
so the cards are.
You said what?
The cards are. So she's got a deck of cards, and they're right behind you. But they're like.
I actually have several different types of decks, but this is the main one. This is the one you have.
That's the one I have. Yeah. But there are questions that you can ask yourself or someone else. Like it's almost like you can play a party game at the house, but they're like holistic and self-improvement kind of questions. Like, if you could change anything in your life, what would you change? Or if there's one regret you have, what is it? Or, like really thought-provoking questions, not like.
And they're thought-provoking for your mental and overall well-being.
Right. Make you self-aware and put you in deep thought. Like, I ran it in one of my groups, and I used those cards as an icebreaker. And one of the ones that says, if you could take back one thing in your life, what would it be? And the person said, I would have never gotten married.
It's an honest answer
about it, but she's like, yeah, well, I don't know. That's the one thing I would have done over or something, but it was pretty funny.
I see different people are saying hi. I just want to say hi. I see they're saying hi, Dr. J. Hi, Jason. We got to say hi to Jason.
Yes.
But with those cards,
actually, we'll take with the cards. We'll continue with that. It's our time for our first break.
Oh, we can take a break.
Say hi to the chats. I want to say hi to Brian, 305, aka Batman. Jason said, "Our Father." I watched that documentary. It's in Indiana. I could tell Ed was confused. Yeah, that's pretty much. I responded to that. Ed is trying to keep up with me. He's like, "What are you talking about, Tiffany?" Someone else said that I watched that documentary. I'm not trying to promote the documentary, but it's one of those that the victims in there deserve to be heard. So it's like not to promote him. Like, in fact, he didn't want to. I don't want to make this about that show. Anyway, some people are crooked out there, and we have to do our due diligence. But like,
We do. I have a family of people who served in different what do they call them, wards, different things. A lot of vets in my family.
yeah,
That's nobody passed away because of the war or anything. Thank God. Not that I know of. It has to be somebody really far removed. But
I think he was talking about like confusing Ed because we were talking about Memorial Day, the weather, and then that documentary. Let's take a commercial break and reconvene after this. We'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
You're listening to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner. We welcome your input at 866-826-1340. Tiffany will be right back after this.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hello, my name is Lucy Lopes, and I'm a real estate agent that supports ending the stigma on mental health with Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I am also passionate about helping you buy or sell your home. With times being so difficult, I'm here to help. Contact me at lucylopes.com. That's LUCYLOPES.com. Let me assist you through this pandemic and know that you are not alone.
Hi, this is Tiffany Werner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Werner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
We are back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner. To join in the discussion, call 866-826-1340. Now, here's Tiffany Werner.
Hi, and welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, my name is Tiffany Werner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And my guest today is a good friend of mine. She's been on the show more times than she's wanted to, and but she will continue. She jokes. She says, "I'm never coming back. I don't know why I keep doing this. It's fun. It's fun, and just we make each other laugh. And laughter is really important nowadays with everything going on. To be able to have friends that check in on you, and when you're having a hard day, to just laugh together. I don't know. She's just either really easily amused, and both of us are, so we laugh at each other's jokes, because I'm like, she laughs at mine, and I'm not always that funny. But and vice versa, or we find the same things funny. We're talking about Dr. Catherine Jackson, by the way, got a licensed psychotherapist, and has her own practice, has been on Oprah, Huffington Post, and CNN, and all sorts of things, and Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, most importantly. So, and
the most important one. The most
award-winning author of The Couch Experience, that comes with also cards, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Dr. Catherine Jackson, aka Dr. J. Woo!
You had to do it.
Anyway,
So what I was
I was
saying
clearing my throat. I was clearing my throat.
No,
Anyway, so
no. You snuck it in. So before we went to commercial break, I was talking about the cards, and the thing about the cards that one of the reasons why I created them is because, especially in the pandemic, everybody wasn't able to get in to see a therapist right away. It's like they were so it's like huge wait lists and wait lists for really long times. And so the cards were something that was created to help people like in between sessions. And if you're waiting for a session, you can do some of the reflection, some of the exploring. And then when you got linked to a therapist, you would already have some things, a little bit of clarity or some moments of clarity for that would help you when you actually got with the therapist too. So, and you can use them with your therapist. You can use them between sessions. Sometimes a lot of therapists have bought the cards as well, and they use them. And sometimes they assigned homework or assignments where they'll use them in session to do something, and so on and so forth. So they're very, very versatile. And so that was the just following up on the moments of clarity with why I created the cards. But all of these different things, right, go to like focusing on and working on our brain. So if the brain is feeling good and things are operating as they should, then we feel better. Our relationships are better. We make better decisions and better behavior when our brain is good. So that maybe we should delve into that one, Tiffany.
about how the brain
how the brain works. But you got to come back because I'm just looking at myself.
Yeah, well, I had you full screen because it's you were speaking. I wanted full attention. All eyes on you.
So with the brain, I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of things that are going on right now in the world today.
Yeah.
The news is depressing. I gotta tell you, just like the past couple, and school's out now. We're in my area finally, but right before that, and I want to give a moment of silence for all those parents from the elementary school in Texas that dropped their children off one day and never saw them again.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to drop my son off to the last 2 days of school just because.
I can imagine.
Just pause just for a moment. It's horrific to even think of that. And I don't know. I don't want to get into too morbid, but I wanted to make a point to address that trauma and therapy and all of that would affect the brain. And like, never leave someone on a bad note. You never know what tomorrow brings.
We don't.
But they had to do like DNA testing to see like who's who. Some of them. Like, I don't know. That's a whole nother show. Like, who would do that to a bunch of fourth graders? I don't know. But besides that, growing up in a world today where this stuff's happening and like people are trying to fight over land and like doctors are giving their sperm. like what is going on? Some things just don't make sense. And now most of the kids in my area, at least, and like soon in other areas, are trying to either adult, graduating high school, moving on to college, or graduating middle school, moving on to high school, trying to learn how to accept all this change with all of this social media getting in the way, having them compare each other to each other, wondering if they're good enough, or cyberbullying, or all of this stuff that they have today that we didn't have when we were like growing up either, not to this extent. We didn't have TikTok and Instagram and like, I mean, I had like MySpace and Facebook, that kind of stuff. But
and at some point in life, people could go to school. Maybe they were bullied or had whatever negative thing happen in their school, but then home was a safe haven. But now we can't turn it off. It's always there. If you don't if you don't make the choice to unplug and say, I'm not getting on. People can come into your homes and be with you all the time. So maybe a kid is being bullied at school and then they take it to online, and so the bullying continues. So that's a new and unique thing with technology that some generations didn't have or didn't have to this extent.
You were saying earlier that you're getting DM'd a lot, and so you wrote the book and everything, but I'm building up anxiety because I'm behind because I got COVID and I'm behind on my social media. So like even posting for today or, because I log in and then my attention goes straight to that and I lose track of what I was doing, or I'm not liking my friend's post, or, and people are like, why aren't you liking it? Or it's like, direct message me if there's a post you want me to pay attention to. Like you were having also like, because I can't keep up, and I'm literally going to need, like, some friends I've said, can you zoom and share the screen and go through this with me, because I just need to catch up and it's building anxiety, like even looking at it, when things pack up, and it's I want to update posts or the shows from the past, all that stuff, and then I have 100 unread messages that
Woo. That's
on
overwhelming.
one platform alone, and then there's LinkedIn, and then there's Facebook, and then there's Twitter and emails. Yeah,
It's a lot with that and keeping up with all of that. And so, of course, COVID will impact different things, and everybody, it's like a surprise. You never know what you're going to get if you get COVID. Some people have these symptoms, some people have those symptoms, some people have it and then they're fine. Some people have it and then they still have lingering or long COVID.
oh yeah, I had
Symptoms,
lingering
right?
symptoms for a while. My cognitive, like ability to be smart, like, me, quick, like my quick comebacks were like slow.
Mm.
Couldn't banter the same. No, it was so annoying because it was fatigue, but then it was constant where, when you are trying to think of a word that you want to say, but then you can come up with synonyms for it, but you can't think of that word. So like, I will use an example. I was saying I wanted to come up say somebody was being intellectual and articulate, but I could only think, I'm thinking of the word smart, but I'm not. I know it's something else, and it was driving me crazy because it was happening all the time, not just every now and then.
Yeah.
Anyone want to join in? 866-826-1340.
It's interesting. I was just
866-826-1340. Ooh.
So it's interesting. I was just doing a feedback with a patient, and I did some neural testing and some really specific brain-based testing. And with that, and I see this with a lot of other patients too. We see a lot of a lot of elevated slow wave activity, brainwave activity. And so that slow brainwave activity, elevated delta, elevated theta, and elevated alpha will make the fact that it is going faster or is elevated means that it actually in the brain it's going slower. So it results in more of that brain fog. And I wonder, I don't know
That's
who's
what I had.
doing
I felt brain fog.
research with COVID. If that part of like the brain, those brain waves are affected and they're going
It
way
had to have
slower
been
than they
that.
should.
'Cause
Yeah.
me. I love like promoting the radio. I've been doing it for so long. I love getting ready for clients. I love doing things. I love multitasking, and like I just was kind of like, no. I
Yeah.
forgot how to highlight something on Instagram. Doing it
Mhm.
forever, and like this little stuff. I'm getting more back to myself, but I had COVID in February. February, and like people aren't giving themselves a break. I definitely didn't. I'm like, why am I okay? I'm not contagious anymore. Why am I not back on my feet, hitting the ground running? So then that was weighing on me, like thoughts of like, am I burned out? Do I even
Yeah.
like what I'm doing anymore? But it's just a bunch of BS. Because yeah, I love my job. I love the radio show. I love my clients. I love like all the stuff.
and it's just a rough thing. Some people had it in 2020 and they're still experiencing long COVID symptoms. But when we talk about the youth, like you were talking about the younger
Yeah.
summertime, and kids are getting out, or they're either already out at home. And when we talk about like the youth and their brain, one of the fun facts about the brain is that the prefrontal cortex, or the whole frontal region, it doesn't develop for most people until we're about some
25?
point in our 20s. Yep, up to about 25, give or take. Some people it's a little quicker. Some people might take a little longer. And it's so interesting because we expect children, or I don't know what we want to call the ones who are moving into adulting, who turn 18. We expect so much of them, but they still will have some difficulties with decision making, with things,
Oh, yeah.
through cause and effect, goal setting, all that kind of stuff that people like, you're 18, you're responsible for, doing this and that. But the prefrontal area is not, it's not fully developed, and so they still will need some support. So don't kick them right out the house at 18, parents. They still need a little bit of help here. And if they're making some decisions that you just roll your eyes at, it's a part of just the way that the brain functions. But 18-year-olds and beyond, don't just say it's my brain. Still try to think things through.
Those are the hardest times, like 17 and 18. That's around the time I lost my mom. And then my dad, my two grandmothers, and my father, like one after the next. And everyone just considered me as an adult. But I wasn't. Like, I don't think, I know legally they say 18-year-olds are adults, but
Yeah.
I was not an adult. I was not prepared, and I don't know how I got through it, to be honest. I never looked for loans. I was one that just solution focused, cashing my check at Checks Cash or one of those places to get and then having to give them back my next check just because to make ends meet, or having a second job or whatever. But I mean, never gave up. It never even crossed my mind to look for grants or loans or ask for help.
And that's why I think, I feel like sometimes I'm like, they're 18 now, and parents are like, yay. But they still need a lot of support. Like, it would have been nice to have somebody. I know you lost your mom early, but somebody to tell you to look for grants and to just help you through that process.
There was nobody, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Nobody at all? No grandparents?
No, mom, grandma. I never had my grandfathers and my dad. And then I had some extended family, but they were all entrepreneurs and are like, figure it out. Plus, I had gone through grad school and put myself through graduate school. So I looked like I was just like, oh crap, I better get my crap together. Different lingo at the time, but on AM radio, I just say it like that. But I didn't. I've never played the victim role. Not like, oh, woe is me. I was like, oh, I feel alone right now. So let me just.
Well, you know what's nice about.
I did pull out additional living expenses from FAFSA loan. So like the school loans, they do give you some living expenses. And then I worked at a video store and like other stuff. So
I think the nice thing about things, though, is that now you're on, so you'll help you can help your kids through it, and so they won't have to go through that same thing that you went through. So that's a good thing. That's part of it. So you didn't have anybody, but knowing what that felt like, you will be there for them, so they don't have.
When I said I didn't have anybody, I had friends and support, but not anyone that can sit there and go, hey, this is how you turn on your electric or get yourself out of credit.
Yeah, I was going to say your friends didn't know. They didn't know either.
So back when I was 18 is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And there was not really like internet. We had like dial up. So like it was like if you needed something, we had a phone book and 411 or like.
So it's totally different now.
Yeah, no. I'm completely aging myself, but that's okay. It's just things are different. But yeah, like where you get to wait till you get home to see if somebody called you back for a job interview, like check your answer machine, that kind of thing. And I had a cell phone, but it was a big brick that was attached to my car.
Oh, you are dating yourself on that one.
How you like me now? It's time for a break anyway. It's okay. I graduated really young. That's why I had all that stuff at age 7.
You
I'm just
made
kidding.
like 50 doubles and you were a kid. You were like 5 when you graduated.
No, those bricks were like, really cool back then. At least I had one. I did that myself.
They were cool. No.
I had one, and I got it for myself. Proud to say I had the brick cell phone. It's time for a break. And call in 866-826-1340. We're kind of going all over the place, but that's okay. It's the brain neuroplasticity. It's open-ended, and if you have any questions for any of us for us, feel free to put it in the comments or call in at 866-826-1340. 866-826-1340. I want to say hi to Shelly from North Carolina. Thank you. Hi, Tiffany and Dr. J. And Leslie. We said hi to pretty much everyone else from Pennsylvania. And thanks for being here, guys. And we'll be back in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
The Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
If you are like most people, you worry with the financial challenges you face today. How do you protect your family from financial ruin? How will you reduce your liabilities and get out of debt sooner? And how can you deal effectively with the constant changes in your job, your career, and your business? Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills so you can achieve your dreams and end your worry. Call us today and schedule your complimentary, no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. Call Scott Bigley at 727-422-7761.
Are you having trouble staying sober after you've completed rehab and need a positive environment to help you continue sobriety? At Real Recovery Sober Living, we strive in both community and environment for men in early sobriety to help support you while in early recovery. For only $750 a month, we cover everything you need when it comes to a safe, clean, and accountable environment necessary for success in sobriety. Check out our website at realrecoveryfl.com. That's realrecoveryfl.com. We have 6 locations in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Brandon, North Tampa, and Bradenton, because everyone deserves a quality, sober living.
Hi, this is your host, Tiffany Warner from Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I want to thank you for all your support on ending the stigma on mental health for over the past 7 years and with over 600 episodes, as well as several award nominations and placing as a finalist in 3 categories on the People's Choice Podcast Award last year. If you're listening to this on audio, please visit and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Moments of Clarity with Tiffany and enjoy viewing previous shows in case you miss any live. If you're interested in advertising and would like to promote your company, it is affordable and an effective way to get your company the attention it deserves. I also welcome potential guests as well, and all information can be found on my website at mocwithtiffany.com. Thank you again for your continued support, as change can only come when we stand together as one.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hello, and welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. If you're just tuning in, my name is Tiffany Warner. I am a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And my guest today, Dr. Catherine Jackson, is a board certified neurotherapist as well as licensed psychotherapist.
Licensed clinical psychologist. What's so funny?
Inside joke, I was told not to say something. It's so hard not to. She's like, oh, you can say whatever you want. I'm like, can I say this? She's like, except that. It's a...
Oh, no.
866-826-1340. If you figure out what I'm getting at, please call it 866-826-1340. That way she can't hate me for it, but she would be proud of you for using your brain and neuroplasticity to figure out what's wrong. Every time I say Dr. J or AKA Catherine Jackson. And Dr. Jackson, I think you spelled Catherine wrong in your name.
Did I? I did. It's been up there the whole time. Oh no, that's hilarious.
She is a genius and can write a book and everything and spell her own name wrong.
That's what happens when you're rushing, so you got to slow down and process it.
Before we run out of time, I want to make sure everyone, if you're not viewing us virtually, to view us on YouTube. It's just Google Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, and you can find it. And please subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we're on. We're on every Thursday and Friday from 12 to 1, live on YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook. Oh my. And for all the links, if you just go to the website, mocwithtiffany.com, then on the first page, you can hyperlink pretty much to everywhere for most of them. I'm on some sites that I didn't even realize when I Google myself sometimes. It's a weird thing when you Google yourself, just saying. And so drcatherinejackson.com, and spell it the way I did, not the way she's got it. drcatherinejackson.com. And she also said, and I'll let you explain this, Dr. J.
Explain what? Oh,
shop it so people can use this.
So I also have a shop with the book that we talked about, the cards, and a lot of other things. One of the new things that I'm doing is these community, like virtual community wellness events too. So join me on one of those. But for the month of May, which we only have a couple days left, if you use the code MHA for Mental Health Awareness Month 22, if you put that in at the checkout, you will get a discount on anything that you purchase for $15 or more.
And it's well worth it. It was funny. I was doing my accounting from this year for last year, whatever. And we couldn't figure out what this one charge was. And then eventually we figured out, oh, that's Dr. J's book. Because I was like, what did I buy? Because it came out like... Well worth the money too, by the way. You can either get the book or a bundle and everything. And I didn't get the discount.
Yeah, you didn't. I thought I had a discount.
It didn't work. And it didn't work. It's kind of like my CBD thing, whatever that I sell.
Then I didn't have.
I would buy it without the discount. Anyway. So that's right. We're promoting that, and then also, so check out her book. It's called The Couch Experience. But the shop, you can get the discount. But she's on Amazon and all sorts of other places as well. But if you just go on her website, this link is on your website, though, right?
Yeah, this is a part of the website, but it'll take you straight to the shop instead of the whole website. You got to click around to find the shop.
Well, I mean, it's so much easier just to go to drcatherinejackson.com if they're listening on the car. Well, I mean, think about it. Driving in the car. They want to get there instead of shop.bit.ty/shop ONS. Dr. Catherine Jackson, I'm sure they can figure it out how to get the book.
Okay. I try to make it easy so people can go straight there.
Right, but not everyone's watching us virtually. Some are driving in their cars, some are on their lunch break, somewhere. So that's, nobody's gonna stop and pull over to write down your.
Right.
But the code is MHA, like Mental Health Awareness Month 22. Does it have to be in all caps like you have it?
All caps, yeah.
All caps, all capital. So, yeah. Thank you for the discount. Anyway, so how, and we've just got a few minutes left. Like, so
Oh yeah, this
Tiffany,
hour always goes quickly.
I know it passes by on Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. We always have fun. Everyone says that. So, any closing takeaways from that you were saying about the scenes in the summer and
We
everything?
just touched the surface on some brain activity and adulting and everything, but one of the things I'm going to leave everybody with is that the brain is plastic. It's which is like the neuroplasticity. So even if something is a little rough and you feel like your brain is not working the way that you want, have no fear, because if you do some different things, you're going to be generating new neural activity, and it doesn't have to stay that way. So that's what I will leave with. Part with.
That the brain is an organ. It's
Yeah.
like the skin, the heart, everything. But the most important one, our mental health, is very important. And most things, just like the brain, when we get hit or break a bone or catch a football and disfigure your finger or whatever, they might heal, but they don't heal the right way unless you pay attention to it. And so many of our anxieties and self-criticisms and things that we fear gets in the way a lot, and shame and undeserved guilt and lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem will prevent us from reaching our full potential. Talking to a professional, a good one, and licensed, and that's a whole nother show, right, Dr. J? But that can get you past those hurdles and help you reach your full potential in life, because you deserve to not live with regret for not reaching or not giving yourself a chance to find that purpose in life that you fully deserve. When we wake up to a calling instead of an alarm, it's a wonderful thing. And that's something that not many people get to experience, but when they do, they love it. But why is it not that many people you get to experience? Why settle for less unless it's because you don't believe in yourself or something? So seek out professional help. And it doesn't mean they're sick or crazy, whatever, but hey, we can all use a confidence boost. We can all change the way we think, neuroplasticity, the way we think, the way trauma affected us, the way we affected ourselves, childhood issues that have grown and just brought into that, and the way our parents treated us when we were young. So many things lead up to how we feel about ourselves, but we can change that mindset. And I strongly encourage you to get out of your own way and do this. And it's never too late. If you're sitting there saying, I should have done this years ago, or maybe I'm in my 40s or 50s and it's too late for me, baloney. No, it's never too late. It's never too late. Give it a shot. Because when I taught college, there was people in freshmen at Edison State College, Psychology 101. There were some of my students who were in their 60s. Good for them. So give it a chance. And bet on yourself. Invest in yourself. It's the best thing you can invest in. And that's it. Dr. J, thank you so much for being on Moments of Clarity. And always a pleasure. I guess nobody caught on the inside joke with the Ed. Did you catch on? I don't know. I can unmute Ed, see if he caught on. But anyway, it's time to wrap up. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back every Thursday, Friday, 12 to 1 p.m. If you have not already, please subscribe to the Moments of Clarity with Tiffany YouTube page. Hit the bell so you know when we're on. We're also on LinkedIn Live and all the other outlets, mocwithtiffany.com. Go to drcatherinejackson.com, and I guess, according to her, I scrambled through her website to buy her book. I'm sure it's not that hard to find. You'll figure it out. And then if not, they get to see all the little gems on your website before they find it. So, hey. But all of my links are on the first page, and they hyperlink, so you can find how to watch the show live or replay or whatever. So Anyway, everyone, have a wonderful weekend. Be kind to yourself and someone else. You never know what they're going through. And everyone, take care. Thanks for watching.
Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear. Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear, moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear, moments of clarity.